mix-up between the announcement on air and the later reading to the stakeholders. I think there was a gap. There was a gap. The timing didn't tally between the announcement and the one that carried in the letters. But all the same, like you just said, we were just saying, the issue is in this situation now is no longer even the issue of time. It's the submission. The submission, because at that we are not magicians. That you submit letter or your response to a request this morning, and you expect members to also gloss through it and make a response. That's very just like ambushing the members. At this stage, we will request that you turn in your documents if they are available, and also request for some questionnaires to be given to you as you are moving. The relevant ones, the ones concerning you, you look at it and turn those documents before the 2nd of December. We are giving you ample opportunity, at least more than 1 week, so that within which time members would have looked at those documents and know what to respond and questions to ask. And you will also ask the members questions that are relevant to your cause. We believe that today's own is like most of you are just coming in, you're just ambushing us. They're just ambushing us. Even if you had submitted your documents in the morning, we were all here, there was no way we would have gone through those documents. It wouldn't have been possible to those documents. We believe that the best thing is to receive your documents, and those who haven't submitted still have an opportunity to do that between now and first week. Between now and next week, so that we can collectively look at those documents and sit and look at the whole thing.
Dated is the 28th of November 2025. Adjournment of investigative hearing due to stakeholders' negligence. The House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee on Implementation and Oversight of Naira for Crude Oil Policy announces that the investigative hearing scheduled for today, 28th November 2025, has been adjourned due to the gross negligence and lack of seriousness displayed by relevant stakeholders. Despite ample notice, the majority of the stakeholders failed to recognize the role of the legislative arm in working with the executive for the effective implementation of the policy. By their failure to submit their required documents within the stipulated time frame, this delegation of duty has not only undermined the integrity of the committee's work, but has also cast a shadow of unseriousness over a matter of national importance. The committee views this conduct of a blatant disregard for the legislative process and disrespect to the Nigerian people whose interests we are mandated to protect. Let it be unequivocally stated, the committee is deeply disappointed. The failure to submit documents on time has impeded our ability to conduct proper vetting and due diligence, thereby frustrating the investigative process. This committee was constituted to ensure transparency, accountability, and effective oversight of the Naira for Crude Oil policy, a policy with a far-reaching implication for our economy and national development. Any attempt to frustrate this process will be met with firm legislative consequences. Extension of time and deadline for rescheduling of hearing. In the spirit of magnanimity and in recognition of the gravity of this investigation, the committee has resolved to extend the deadline for document submission to 27th of November 2025. This extension is a final opportunity to stakeholders to demonstrate their commitment to transparency and cooperation. Furthermore, the investigative hearing has been rescheduled to 2nd of December 2025, 12 noon, conference room 440. This date is final and non-negotiable. Let it be known to all stakeholders that failure to comply with this extended deadline will attract severe sanction. This committee will not hesitate to invoke its full legislative powers, including but not limited to issuance of summons, public naming and shaming of non-compliant entities, recommendation of sanction to relevant regulatory and executive bodies, and escalation of their default to the plenary for further disciplinary actions by the General House. This committee will not be made to appear unserious or ineffective due to the indifference of stakeholders. We are determined to carry out our mandate with diligence, and we expect full cooperation from all parties involved. Finally, stakeholders are hereby advised to treat this matter with seriousness it deserves. The Naira for crude oil policy is not a perennial issue. It is central to our economic sovereignty and fiscal accountability. The Nigerian people are watching, and history will judge our actions. We urge all stakeholders to submit their documents by the new deadline and prepare to appear before the committee on the scheduled hearing date. This time, excuse is over. The time for the accountability is now. Signed, Right Honorable Barrister B.S. Mgbeke. Thank you very much.